Welcome to a
Well,
little show about Gore Screaming.
mwahaha. This is our second attempt because the voices weren't off because we're here to
You don't
fandub.
have to tell them.
Well,
Now they know we're not professional.
we're the most professional visual novel live fandubbers on the internet. We've done so many, then we'll do so many more.
No Violet because she doesn't like gore very much.
Yeah, she doesn't like gore and stuff, so we figured the Denpa genre probably isn't for her. But I enjoy anime horror stuff.
I like all
Laurel,
horror stuff.
Laurel likes all of it.
Unless it's Enderman. Keep that shit away from me.
But the YouTuber from our previous video, the Wonderful Everyday, I guess made a video about this, which is how Laurel knew about it. So now we're gonna play it and fandub it. It happened once upon a time, just a short while ago. A lady.
And what's great about this game is the main character is a man.
Woo! I can do my generic protagonist voice.
See
you, B-Time. Bye-bye.
You could do your ghost stories voice. It was a very distant place. No, it was right behind you.
Behind me.
Huh.
It's a wall.
I look nice, homo-y.
It's a bunch of
Oh,
toads.
do I know who this is?
I went there and found my way back. That's right. I'm still there even now.
Uh-oh.
So this is Gore.
Yeah, that's Gore Screaming Show.
He's
He's like a Joker clown guy.
He's the Caesar Flickerman.
He is.
Do you want to voice? You know the characters.
No,
so
I'll be the main villain girl because they're like he's kind of her sidekick.
Oh, okay. Is she the one talking?
Maybe? I don't really know. I think she might be.
I got a notification, but I don't have my phone, so I forgot to turn off notifications.
Violet said, "They will always be best bros."
Singing the Afmath song. Okay, so Gore. Sorry, audience, you'll hear the Discord notifications because I forgot to turn that off, and now we're doomed. Okay, so he's got like a type of voice, I assume.
He's like a clown.
A clown. The Joker!
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, girlie. Good evening.
See, I feel like I shouldn't be giving her that kind of voice.
What kind of place is this? You're asking me that? You want me to answer that?
I guess I can't ghost stories her. That'd be unfortunate.
Who are you, sir? It's such a lonely place. Pungent and rotten, truly nauseating place. It glitters and sparkles. A maddening place.
I like how the cursor spins. Or it's a radar.
Whooshoo. Everyone's looking at me. It's very titillating as I'm looking at some titties.
Titillating?
Countless eyeballs torment me. From back and front, from above and below, they violate me.
Uh-oh.
They thrust into me and throttle me about time and time again, hard enough to kill me. That's not good.
I'm not a sir. I'm not a mister either. Do you want to know my name? Oh, I bet you do.
Mom told me not to talk to strangers. And then I was eaten. I melted into mush and became one with that world. I was torn in half, broken into bits and plummeted down.
Now, just wait one teensy second. If you want to know my name, if you wish to know my name, if you long to know my name, I'll tell you.
So, and that's why So I'll say my question for after. Did you get this game, like, pre-beaten?
Oh. Maybe,
because when I started playing, this is not the same opening that I saw.
Oh. I don't know. I didn't check to see. Well, what do you say is the load button?
Load. L.
Oh.
L.
L.
Like, loser.
L. Elliot.
Guess not.
Nope, no saves. So, I guess I just have the super special edition. I believe it might be different from the Steam version, so maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah, because I had it on Steam. So this must be, like,
I got
the actual
director's
untainted
cut.
version.
The director's cut edition. All the gore, all the screaming.
And all the show.
When you're in my belly.
Oh. Nom. Went insane. Well, that's unfortunate.
I hate everything and everyone, the girl sneers. Hatred, despair, envy, bloodlust, pessimism, compassion, persistence, and anxiety burned in all manners. Something. Gore Screaming Show.
Yeah, I didn't press anything.
Yeah, I just figured it would automatically do it. Yeah, this is where it started for me.
Okay. What was the menu one? Message speed. Yeah, maybe if it slow it down, it won't go through things so quickly, maybe.
Nephew.
The sky hangs high above. White clouds dot this vast blue expanse. Owing to the clear autumn air, the ridges of the mountains are easily visible from afar today, too. That's Mount Nishimori, and right next to it is the shrine. Below that is the forest park, and below that is the school. I guess I do remember this place. Pedaling my bicycle, I smile as I gaze at the scenery sailing past me. This truly is the quaint countryside. These sights never change. This place hasn't really changed in the 3 years since I moved out. There are a few differences, but all of them are minor. A liquor store has been replaced by a convenience store, and there's a chic general store where the dry cleaners used to be on the street corner. There's the pedestrian crossing I always had to cross on my way to school. Back when I was a kid, I made up this rule that if I could cross the road while staying on the white line, it would be a good day. And indeed, this place is exactly the same. As my spirits lift a little, my legs somehow feel lighter as they pedal my bike. This is my first time in the town of Kurihito in 3 years. I'll be reuniting with my classmates after all this time. I shouldn't think of this as transferring in, but more like I'm coming back home. I might end up running into people I'd rather not see, but they were all brats back then. Things should be fine by now. I recognize this road. This is where the Gore ate that girl. Oh, drat. I gotta hurry.
Oh, drat.
I guess it's gonna be hard. I guess should I just read the narration, or do you wanna?
Yeah.
The minute hand of his wristwatch is nearly pointing straight up. Kyoji leans forward, pedaling faster. His backpack's contents clatter loudly as he rides away.
See, what's cool about this game is that it was like early 2000s kind of game, but it only like semi-recently got an English translation.
Oh. So
They waited like 20 years to do it for some reason.
yeah, there's so many like when we started looking this up, I want to play Sui no Sora, but the original 1999 version isn't translated. At least the remake's translated, but it's like, well, you can't play the original. But at least we can play Subahibi Week Wonderful Every Day.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll get to a plot eventually. He remembers where his school is well enough. He doesn't have to check where it is again. Right. I just take a turn here, and then a right. He just needs to take a turn on the corner with that brick wall and the telephone pole, and the school should be right there. That spot was where he'd often sneak out to play with his childhood friend. There's a sports ground there. It's soil red-brown. A large grove, an iron bar that's so high it's out of reach, a green chain-link fence they'd climb over. And past that is the school Kyoji will be attending from today onward.
Oh.
Ah!
Welcome home.
Ugh. He brakes hard. He just ran over someone.
Oh my god.
Ah! His bike's front wheel just crashed into something. He felt the impact for sure. He somehow manages to brace his legs, stabilizing his bike before it topples over, and then hurriedly turns around. I'm sorry, are you? But what Kyoji sees next leaves him dumbfounded in more ways than one. No way. There's no one behind him, and what's more... Huh? What? Kyoji scans his surroundings. What in the... The scenery of what...
Tarnation?
What in tarnation? The scenery of what should have been past that corner, the scenery Kyoji remembered so vividly, is gone. Where is he? There should be a road cutting between the rice paddies past the concrete wall's corner, and past those, the school building. Or at least, that's what he should be seeing. But somehow, for some reason, he seems to be on a mountain. Looking around some more, his eyes widen with shock. He could remember pedaling at full speed down the pavement just a second ago, but the corner he just turned around is gone. The mundane shopping district he'd sailed past just earlier is nowhere to be seen. In its place, all he can see is a narrow, slightly winding trail leading into the trees. A nearby ditch is clogged with dead leaves. Cobwebs and yellow snake gourds hang from the branches. Vines cover the whole place, winding and coiling around each other to form green clusters. What the hell? Where am I? And where did that girl go? Is he going crazy? Or maybe all the fatigue from moving in is starting to weigh down on him all at once. As Kyoji stands there perplexed, an odd sound reaches his ears. Feeling his bike seat lurch beneath him, he looks down. Oh, come on! No, are you kidding me? It's not that his bike seat has sunk down. His front wheel's tire is visibly deflating. Seriously, why is today so unlucky? From afar, he could hear the school's bell, the very school he was moments from arriving in just a minute ago, ring out lazily. Just kill me. He's going to be late on his first day transferring in. Things literally can't get any worse than that.
Well,
We'll see about that. His class's homeroom teacher, Mr. Ando, blinks a few times as he looks at Kyoji with a dejected and sedate sort of gaze that gives the impression he hasn't quite woken up yet.
Alright. As I recall, you used to live here in Kurihito, right?
That's right, Mr. Garrison. Yes.
Mr. Garrison. Wait, Mr. Garrison, he's more like... Oh, yes. Wait, how do I... He's like stereotypical gay man.
Why don't you ask Mr. Hat?
Why don't you? How the fuck? Why don't you ask Mr. Hat?
Yes.
And you still managed to get lost on your way here.
Kyoji.
Mr. Hat, he's kind of southern.
That's right.
Almost.
Come on, Mr. Hat.
Come on, Mr. Hat.
No, you sit down. You go to hell. And Kyle asked if he could go save
Eric,
his brother.
sit down.
Kyoji can only hang his head. There isn't much he can say in his defense if the teacher puts it like that. A ray of sunlight shines through the window, drawing a line of light over the linoleum floor and making the school hallway oddly bright. What happened in those thick woods earlier almost feels like a dream now. In the end, he was able to follow the school's bell and find the school from between the trees. As it turned out, Kyoji was on Mount Nishimori, right behind the school. He didn't intend to go there, but he probably got so caught up in his thoughts that he lost his way and ended up there by accident. Or maybe, as embarrassing as it is to admit, he was too nervous to fall asleep last night and basically ended up sleepwalking.
And if you lived in this town before, that means that roughly half the class should be your old classmates.
The teacher suddenly mutters this, pulling Kyoji out of his thoughts. He still has more to say, it seems. Yes. There are only two primary schools in the area. Kurihito East, which is the school Kyoji attended a few years ago, and Kurihito West, a municipal school. Both schools send their graduates to this high school. As such, if this school has even a mix of both school students, roughly half of Kyoji's class should be people he knows.
I'm sure you'll fit in just fine in this class then. Do make an effort to get along with everyone, or else Mr. Hat's gonna be really upset.
Oh no, I don't want to upset Mr. Hat. Ando continues speaking with his utterly unmotivated voice, his sedate gaze fixed forward. Such familiar lines and hackneyed encouragements. Teachers are probably the same no matter where you go.
Transfer students tend to cause trouble, but since you already know half the class, I'm sure you'll be fine. Yes.
Right. Kyoji nods vaguely, mostly because he can hardly reply any other way. The restless muttering he heard on the other side of the door settles down the moment he steps inside. We got brunette, purple hair, green hair, and everyone else just blends in. Got a few standouts. Kyoji tries to put on an expression that conceals just how awkward he's feeling, and fixes his eyes on
That
some...
one guy over there, he's got like some yellowish, putrid, greenish, brown hair.
This one?
Yeah.
He's got some putrid hair, he does. He's feeling, and fixes his eyes on some random spot on the ceiling.
This is Gino-kun. He'll be your new classmate starting today. Gino-kun. That's Genonum. He used to live in town until 3 years ago, so I assume some of you might know him. Do get along with him, everyone.
Kyoji scans over the class while Ando introduces him. Ah, it's Shinta. Gazing at him with a slightly bewildered expression is his old best friend, Shinta Maki. Kyoji
So,
feels...
do you just want me to be all of the characters except... You're yapping so much.
I guess, yeah, if I had to narrate it all. I guess so. Sure. Kyoji feels his lips curl up into a smile. He's still short as ever. He never did like his milk. Kyoji's eyes continue scanning over the classroom, spotting more familiar faces. Oh, Akane. As a certain memory flashes in his mind, Kyoji furrows his brows. Kazuyagi Akane, another childhood friend of his. This isn't that surprising. It's a school in a small town, so there aren't that many separate classes. Kyoji averts his gaze before he can confirm what kind of expression Akane has on her face. Oh, come on. I'm in the same class as Akane. Looking away from her, Kyoji's gaze falls on a gloomy-looking but familiar girl in a window seat on the other side of class. That guy doesn't have eyes. Or that one.
Oh no!
He can't quite remember her, but he gets the feeling he gets the feeling she used to be his classmate too. Letting his gaze wander further, he spots an unexpected face seated near the back of the classroom. Wait, is that Misono-san? She seems to recognize Kyoji too, and stares at him with round eyes. She's a classmate of his from his old school. She moved out about 6 months ago. What a coincidence. He never expected to run into her here. Just seeing someone he'd met relatively recently puts him at ease.
Gino-kun, if you could introduce yourself, please.
At Ando's prodding, Kyoji steps up to the teacher's podium. I'm Gino Kyoji. My parents had to relocate abroad because of work, but since I didn't want to move away, I decided to stay in Japan. That said, I think some of you already know me. I hope I can get along with everyone. Despite trying to make himself seem indifferent, he's actually quite curious and excited as he walks past his new classmates and settles into his seat. An hour passes by. It's English class. Quite a bit of it is already over, since Kyoji was late, but thankfully the first class was Ando's. I'm sleepy. Kyoji stifles a yawn. He feels ill at ease, like he's wearing a set of clothes he's not used to, and despite that, sleepiness washes over him just the same. It's the very definition of a dull class. All the teacher's doing is reading from the textbook. Kyoji can spot students all over the class peering unabashedly at their phones. The school Kyoji attended in the big city wasn't one of those high-level schools meant to prepare students for university entrance exams, but the teachers there did care a little more about discipline. This school...
Aren't all schools meant to prepare you for entrance exams?
I guess, but it seems like this school is out in the sticks, and the teacher don't even care you're on your phone. Bro, what is going on with this guy's ear?
Wait, what the hell?
That's Gore. Also, look, there he is again. He's just copy pasted.
Hold up. Sir, are you okay? Were you mangled?
He was mangled, and then that one was mangled too.
His twin brother.
It's the Hikaru and Karu. They both dyed their hair black.
It kind of like, if you zoom in, his ear looks like his eyeball, and then like there's a little bit of hair that looks like his mouth, so it looks like he's going like, eh.
I love learning. Those scary twins. The first sign of horror. The school uses the same textbooks as his old one, and actually seems to be a bit further ahead on the material. But since all they're doing with it is dryly reading it out loud, it's not actually sinking in. All in all, the way this class is run just seems half-hearted.
Oh, wiggly.
Oops. Legally. Oh,
Wiggly.
Wiggly. Getting tired. Ugh, that was close. I mean, that was close. Everything went blurry for a second. Kyoji looks around the classroom, seeking a distraction from the sleep-inducing lecture. Bro, me at work every day. Choices. Also, new AFMAO D&D video just dropped today. I like the red hair one the most. Bear? Why'd you say
no,
meow?
AFMAO.
Oh, AFMAO. New AFMAO D&D
that's what I do
video.
when I'm happy.
Meow. Akane's the red hair one, right? I need to know why.
Yeah, Akane, childhood friend.
I need to know why that's the one we hate. Childhood friend, the bored looking one, and then the one that we talked to recently, I guess. Red hair.
Yeah, the YouTuber I watched, her favorite was Misano. But yeah, I don't really remember anything about the other two.
I see.
But one of them is childhood friend, so let's do it.
Let's do it. That's interesting. I would have gone red hair, then blue, and then Misano, because she is the most, like, generic looking. She don't have anime hair.
Oh, I figured the blue hair was the most generic looking.
Well, just
she looks like the girl from Fairy Tail.
Yeah. It's just because she has blue hair. Their hair stands out. So you have red hair, blue hair, and then it's like, oh, you have real world hair color.
No, it's Asuka and it's Ray and it's Kaoru.
And Kaoru. Oh my god. Then
You're Shinji.
Then yeah, oh my god, I'm Shinji. Then yeah, my order still stands. Asuka first, then Ray, then Kaoru.
What?
This is the order. Akane, huh? Talk about awkward. Akane, huh? Talk about awkward. His gaze wanders to Akane, who's sitting in the center of the class with her chin resting on her hands. Kazuyagi Akane. Remembering her puts Kyoji in a dark mood.
Damn.
He feels like he's been left in the most desolate place imaginable, late at night without a single star in the sky. What did she do to him?
Wow.
Just like Karane.
You're a doofus, Kyoji. Just sleepyhead.
Oh my god, if you move the K, put an R there. That's Karane.
It's Karane. That's Karnanum.
That's Karnanum. Oh, zip it already. It takes a real doofus to call someone else a doofus.
You just used the same insult I did. That's called not being original. For some reason, I read original as orphan, and I was like, wait, what?
That's called not being an orphan.
That's called not being an orphan, idiot.
Seriously, just shut up already. Besides, what are you at my house this early? What are you at my house this early in the morning? I guess, why are you at my house this early in the morning?
I'm giving you a bento box, so I'm going to take like half an hour to give it to you.
You're here to kill me?
What? No! I'm giving you study notes.
I don't want study. I hate studying notes. I'm not hungry for learning. I'm hungry for food.
Fine then.
I don't want it. Ow! Heavy study notes. Oh my god, it's food. I should apologize later. Nom nom nom. Their parents were friends, so he was friends with Akane since childhood. They would always play together, ever since preschool. She was a spirited girl who'd always join in with his games, no matter how dangerous they were. And then... What?
Whoa.
Oh no!
Wait, what?
They were attacked by a monster? What the
Wait,
hell?
what just happened?
That looked like Yosuke no Sora flashback.
Hopefully that was not the case. No.
Oh no.
I said stop.
Oh no.
I didn't know about this, I swear.
Oh my god. Oh god. He wishes he could forget the way she looked back then with her face scrunched up and her cheeks streaked with tears, but he can't. I hope a monster did it and not him. What the hell? Akane, who was always so animated and tough, looked so frightened. What the hell? And until that happened, he'd never seen her that way.
Oh
God. thankfully none of the kids who were behind that incident were in this classroom.
Oh, whew.
Okay, so she was just jumped by a bunch of other... Jesus Christ.
That's insane.
That's... what is this? It? Didn't it have that?
Is that what happens in it?
It's,
I know, like, her dad is a freak.
Oh, no. I know that it can only get them if they're kids. So, Stephen King wrote, I guess it's in the book, that they all just hook up with her
Yeah, they
in
have
the
an
sewers.
orgy.
Yeah, they hook up with her, and then it's like, now we're adults, so now the clown can't get us. And then that's how they defeat the clown when they're kids.
What the fuck?
But, Jesus Christ. Honestly, Kyoji wishes he'd never see them again. I hope they're in prison. What the hell?
Yeah, did you send them to jail?
I don't care if they were kids. Execute them. Torture them. Have Gore eat them.
Yeah.
I wonder if she still remembers. Did she? I wonder. Maybe she blocked it out because of the trauma.
Yeah, it was so traumatizing.
Oh my god. Kyoji gives her a sideways glance, his heart still heavy with anxiety. He hopes she forgot about it somehow. Jesus Christ. It'd be so much easier for him if she did.
So why do you hate her?
I guess he didn't do anything. Like, he didn't stop it, so maybe he hates himself for it, and so he's just like, oh. But that's my guess. But we have very limited information. We got jump scared. When he was at the podium earlier, he got the feeling that Akane looked at him, her gaze as earnest as it ever was. He got the feeling Akane just looked his way. Her eyes moved.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she was looking at us. Her gaze momentarily locks with his, but then she immediately looks away. She once again turns her eyes toward the teacher. It looks like she's biting her lip.
Bella Swan.
Bella Swan? Oh yeah, that's right. She's like, she's like, Edward.
Edward. Bites lip. Tucks hair behind ear. Looks away.
You're stinky. Leaves. The smell. I'm gonna throw up. Top tier flirting.
I mean, it worked out.
He knew. It's like the more disgusted you act, the more she'll come after you. He knew. Well, he was 100 years old, so, you know. He knows.
Creeper!
Creeper Edward.
100 years old, yet still in high school.
This is a bad look, guy. By the time class ends and break starts, Kyoji starts feeling as if some kind of invisible wall has formed around him. He knows half the kids in the class, so why does he feel like such an outsider? He knows everyone else is aware he's there. He can feel them staring holes into his back the whole time. So why won't anyone approach him? Awkward. He decides to just leave the classroom. With that thought in mind, Kyoji gets to his feet, but just then, part of the invisible wall crumbles.
Hey.
Hi.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Although he manages to reply casually, Kyoji's heart is very much beating fast. He didn't think Akane would approach him on her own. Not after what happened. Jesus Christ. Akane continues speaking, her expression a bit nervous.
So, your parents working abroad?
Yeah.
Where?
America.
Really? Nowadays? Aren't they worried about terrorist attacks or something?
Oh, okay. Guess this was 2001.
This is early 2000, yeah. I don't know. They just said that they'd be away for a while. Mom acted like it was as much a sightseeing trip as anything else.
Really?
How are your folks? Doing well? And Masaru and Satoshi, too.
Yeah, they're all doing great.
Really? Their conversation comes to an abrupt stop. Yeah, she's not cool with me. I mean, it makes sense. After all, Akane might be all smiles now, but she's clearly refusing to look him in the eye.
You're a doofus, Kyoji, and a sleepyhead.
I'm scared we're gonna get jump scared. She wasn't like this before. She used to always be familiar with him. Too familiar. Enough for them to scuffle. He knows it only natural for her to treat him like this after what happened, but the realization that things have changed still saddens him, and almost makes him want to scream out in frustration. How do you think she feels?
Yeah, I mean, if one of your friends sat by and watched that happen to you doing nothing,
Be like,
I mean, I'd be pretty pissed too.
yeah! Jesus Christ. Unless he's, like, restrained or something, like, or is, you know, he's dying. It's like, those are the only excuses.
If he couldn't do anything, then I guess that makes sense, but like...
But the way it's being framed sounds like he just didn't do anything. Like, he just froze with fear.
Saw it and we're just like, damn, that sucks.
He's like,
anyway.
I mustn't run away, I mustn't run away!
I mustn't run away! Get in the robot, Shinji!
Get in the robot, Shinji, and kill those kids!
Fucking kill them!
Their conversation trails off again. The rest of the class doesn't even try to hide the fact they're staring at them. But just as Kyoji starts feeling like he can't stand this a second longer, help comes from an unexpected direction.
Hey, Kyoji, you doing well?
Junpei. Yo, Shinta. How about you? Akane looks somewhat relieved to see him.
I'll see you around.
Yeah. Akane walks off, like Shinta had just stepped in to replace her. Shinta scratches his cheek with an oddly bothered expression.
You sure beefed it up in the 3 years you've been away, Kyoji.
I have? You?
Yeah, it's kind of shocking, actually. The air around you is all different, like you're someone else now.
Kyoji was about to jokingly say that Shinta hasn't changed one bit, but he manages to swallow those words. Did I really change that much?
Yeah, you look more mature. Like, you're not from around here.
You're imagining stuff.
You think? I really wasn't sure how to approach you, you know?
Similarly, Kyoji wasn't sure if he should approach his classmates either. But did he really change that much over the last 3 years, without even noticing? Is that why everyone's been keeping their distance? God, dealing with this is so annoying. Oh, but I'm relieved, you know? This place hasn't changed much.
They opened some new shops, though.
Yeah, but it looks as peaceful as ever. Shinta, who'd been speaking awkwardly until now, suddenly frowns at that comment. What's wrong, Shinta? Because Walmart replaced the old mom and pop store?
I hate Walmart. Now it's just Juness.
Every day's great.
It's taking all their jobs.
You're Juness.
Are you Shinta? No, I'm Shinta. It's just that it hasn't really been that peaceful around here lately.
Did something happen? Shinta brings his face closer, his expression a bit reluctant.
There's been these weird incidents lately.
Weird incidents?
2 girls went missing over the last 2 weeks.
Oh god, there's a hentai monster on the loose.
Yeah, that's what the cops think, but I'm not so sure.
I've seen enough anime to know where this is going, Shinta. Huh? For real?
That's my line. Ha ha. One of them was a primary school.
Oh,
What?
God. It's that freaking, the purple hair Vocaloid song where he's kidnapping all the women. Purple.
That song's so good. I'm
I know, it's a good song, but I just remember the list of all the missing people. What's his name?
Yeah, one of the...
He's on the loose.
Gakupo.
What is it?
Gakupo.
Gakupo's on the loose.
No! Kaido's gotta come kill him.
We gotta... Yeah, Kaido. Dress up as a lady and kill him. We need you, Kaito.
One of them was an adult. An adult. An adult. And the other one was also an adult.
Phew.
It's in the papers too. Have you heard about it?
It had a disclaimer at the beginning of the game. Everyone's 18. Don't worry about it. Kyoji shakes his head. Just don't think about it too much. As long as they say it's 18, then it's fine. Kyoji shakes his head. That's the rule of Japan.
No, the rule of Japan is age consent is 13. Actually, recently apparently it got moved up to 16, which is a little bit better, but still not good.
I'm glad they're slowly making progress. Better than nothing.
Like, good God.
Kyoji shakes his head. Kyoji shakes his head, which makes Shinta seem awfully proud for some reason. You call them weird incidents, but wouldn't that just be kidnappings?
Maybe, but no one's asked for a reason.
A ransom?
Or ransom, sorry.
No worries. Maybe it's some freak who thinks he's pulling some kind of prank. Maybe it's Gunkapo, whatever.
It's Gakupo.
Gakupo.
He's so gung-ho about it.
He's so gung-ho.
But either way, those girls went missing is pretty strange. And that's something that the papers and news aren't talking about.
Just then, Shinta suddenly furrows his brows.
Oh, he's looking this way.
Who?
The guy, Sadashima.
Oh god. That guy looks like someone who's should be in jail. And he's got a gang.
Looks like he's 30.
I have a feeling that he's gonna be a bad guy. I'm just gonna guess right now from him and his faceless gang of men.
His posse.
Oh no. Following Shinta's line of sight, Kyoji's gaze settles on a group of kids who are the very image of delinquents, all of whom are staring at him.
See that guy sitting in the middle with the horse face? That's John. I mean,
no,
that's Sadashima.
John would never. He was... Well, no spoil. I'm not going to spoil the ending of Attack on Titan in episode 1 of this.
He's got a horse face.
Yeah, he's got a horse face, but John's a good fellow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about Sadashima-kun over there? What about him?
Well, you know Sadashima General Hospital? He's the son of the owners.
Uh-oh. You can imagine many bad things where people are helpless and they get cut up.
Helpless.
Get chopped up. The hospital's killing people. Kyoji knows Sadashima General Hospital well. It's the only general hospital in town. He went there in the past when he caught the flu.
Well, let's just say there aren't any good rumors about him and his group. I just hope they don't try and mess with you.
Kyoji doesn't recognize them, so they probably weren't in any class Kyoji went to. They probably came from the other school. His gaze meets Sadashima's. Sadashima directs a crooked smile at him before whispering something to his cronies, occasionally casting another glance at Kyoji. He can hear their snickering from the back corner of the class. Talk about nasty. Their attitude makes it clear just what kind of guys they are. They're definitely not the sort of people Kyoji wants anything to do with. Standing next to Kyoji, Shinta looks up at him. There's a hint of concern in his eyes, but Kyoji just shrugs. I'm not doing anything to mess with Sadashima-kun and his friends, am I?
I guess not, but...
No need to worry about it, then. Kyoji says this confidently, while cocking an eyebrow.
Are you sure?
Shinta whispers, seemingly unconvinced, and scratches his cheek again. The bell signaling the end of the break rings.
Wait, what?
Forget that. How about we go hang out after school? It's been a long while, after all. Kyoji
telepathically?
Yeah. Kyoji almost says that to Shinta before he heads for his desk, but then he hears Shinta mumble under his breath.
You really are mature now, Koji. It's like you're not the same guy I used to know.
Hearing this, Kyoji unconsciously retracts the hand he raised to tap Shinta on the shoulder. The music's nice. Things don't really change much by lunchtime. Visual novels always have pretty fun soundtracks.
Mm-hmm.
They always got some bangers. Banger. I hardly know. Kyoji. They have some of those, but they also have some good songs. Those visual novels.
What? They got some good bangers.
They tend to. Kyoji munches on a bun he bought from the school store and leaves the classroom. I guess a 3-year gap is wider than I thought. Shinta kept going on about how much he has changed, and people he'd hung out with all the time just 3 years ago are keeping their distance from him for some reason. Kyoji doesn't feel like he changed at all, so he's at a loss with how to handle this. This is weird. Aren't transfer students supposed to be kinda popular? That's how it was when I played Persona 3 and 4.
Not 5, though.
Not 5. Everyone hated me for the first few months.
Even, it's like, ugh. They all hated me because I saved a woman from getting assaulted.
Like, you got rid of our favorite teacher. So you freaks.
No.
Leaving his classroom, he leans against the corridor's wall and heaves a sigh. I will say, these rural town school games, it kind of gets me in a Persona 4 mood. Audience, they announced Persona 4 remake, and I like didn't care at all. I was like, there's still 2 playable versions of Persona 4. Like Persona 3 was like is still great, but it's like definitely more. It shows its age more than Persona 4, so the remake for that made sense. But 4, I'm like, does it really need a remake? You were saying remake 1 and 2 instead. Like, instead of 4.
I'd want to be able to play Persona 1 without getting, like, motion sick.
Yeah, with the first-person dungeon crawling. Leaving his classroom, he leans against the corridor's wall and heaves a sigh. Is it because he used to live here before? He lacks the curiosity-inducing flair a transfer student normally has, and at the same time, he's been gone long enough to make it hard to reestablish his old relationships the way they used to be. He had a close friend or two in his school in the city, of course, so he never felt terribly lonely there. To begin with, he was never a very outgoing person. At least, that's how Kyoji sees himself. Looking away from the stream of chattering, smiling students, he turns around and leans against the windowsill. A short distance away outside, he can see the slope leading up to Mount Nishimori. Mount Nishimori, huh? Just what happened back there?
I ran over some child.
Yeah, really. And then she wasn't there and I turned around. He probably ended up there without realizing it because he was half asleep. That must have been it. But it all felt so vivid. Yeah.
Welcome home.
That faint voice, whispering ticklishly into his ear. From a distance, he can hear the sound of a ball being kicked, accompanied by cheering. The sunlight is warm. Just like earlier this morning, the sky is clear and pretty. But for some reason, Kyoji feels like a shadow is hanging over him, and him alone. It reminds him of what Shinta said about those girls going missing. What's that all about? He doesn't remember anything similarly dangerous happening back when he used to live here. When he saw the town on his way to school this morning, it looked just like how he remembered it. A regular countryside town. But time has passed, after all, so it has probably changed in ways he can't see. Restless anxiety brews in Kyoji's chest. He may have returned to this town, but it doesn't really feel like he has come home. Just as his discomfort starts to overcome him, he hears something that hammers in the final nail into the coffin of his unease. Oh no.
I told you it's fine. Why does he look like he's drawn in a different style?
Yeah, he does. He looks old.
You want to be him?
Sure. What's the most scummy voice I can be? Yeah, don't be like that. Come on. I'll carry it for you. Casting a sidelong glance, he sees Akane carrying a large map, probably material for their next class, and the guy he saw earlier, Sadashima.
I said I'm fine. I can carry this much, no problem.
Come on. Sadashima takes the map out of Akane's hands.
Wow.
Oh
Listen,
no.
how many times do I have to say no? You know what everyone in class is saying.
As she moves to take the map back from Sadashima, Akane's eyes settle on Kyoji and she freezes up. Hey. Sadashima's gaze darts between Akane and Kyoji before he jerks his chin. What? You know the new kid?
Yeah, we used to go to the same school.
Akane answers the question a bit reluctantly, for some reason. Oh, right. The new kid moved back into this town, right? Sadashima's lips curl into a crooked, mocking sneer. He then taps Akane lightly on the shoulder. I'll carry this for you, then. With that, Sadashima goes into the classroom. Seriously, what a nasty guy. Thinking about him makes Kyoji's stomach churn unpleasantly. He has no concrete basis for feeling this way, but something about this guy just pisses Kyoji off to no end. Maybe the fact he looks like he's drawn to be much older.
And the fact that his voice sounds like,
Yeah, we're just a couple of guys, just looking for a good time.
ew.
You have to make him as hateable as possible. What? You're friends with him?
Nothing wrong with that, is there?
Akane looks up at Kyoji, still seeming uncomfortable about what just happened. I hope Sadashima gets killed by one of these monsters.
He gets eaten.
Yeah.
Oh, wonder if it can be safe.
Yeah. Okay.
I know there's a lot of bad endings in this game.
Wow, a guy's actually trying to win Akane over. I don't like this. Okay.
I don't like this.
I don't like this. I got a heart. I don't like this. Kyoji doesn't say that out loud, but he certainly thinks it. He doesn't like this. Nor should anyone in the audience. He can't put his finger on what it is, but something about this whole situation just makes him unbelievably angry.
About this seems a little sussy.
Give me that. I'll carry that for you. I said
No, that's okay. I can carry it.
Yeah, I'll carry it.
No, it's fine.
No is just another way of saying yes. I'll take that.
Oh, God.
His displeasure is probably showing on his face because Akane awkwardly looks away from him.
I need to get back to class too. I'm on duty today.
Yeah. Akane turns around and bolts into the classroom. Oof, I'm tired.
Oof.
The violet noise. Good job. He made it through the day, one way or another. Shinto went out somewhere as soon as school was out, and no one else really tried to approach Kyoji. Kyoji packs his things and hurries out of the classroom. He then makes his way to the back of the school, where he definitely won't get jumped. He wasn't sure where the bicycle rack was, so he simply left his bike in an out-of-sight part of the lawn. I gotta go to the bicycle store and get this thing fixed. I love the bicycle store.
Mm-hmm.
His front wheel's tire went flat that morning, so he needs to get that changed. Yeesh, pretty annoying first day as they go. Feeling a bit dejected, Kyoji takes a turn at the corner and heads behind the school building. Because of the shade from the school building, the air is a bit cool here. The wind is picking up as well. As he walks around the thin shrubbery... A shrubbery!
The shrubbery. Me. We are the knights who say me.
Kyoji spots a group huddled around where he left his bicycle. I wonder if it's Katashima's group. Oh wow, what a surprise!
Wow.
Is what I said. And then Kazuyagi went all red. Good one, boss.
Oh, it's really funny, boss.
I love it when we harass women. After he hears that, what sounds like a bunch of cronies all cackle loudly. It's Sadashima and his gang. This must be what they mean by fate having a taste for irony. Okay, so hopefully this is just because we chose Akane and this guy's not in the other two stories. So hopefully we're getting the worst over with first, you know? This must be what those guys, of all people, are gathered here, of all places. Sadashima, who gives Kyoji the worst possible vibes, is currently sitting on the seat of Kyoji's bicycle.
I didn't realize you said that. Like, you read that, so I just thought that was what you were saying.
Wait, what? You didn't know what I was saying?
Like, I wasn't looking at the text, so I thought you just, like, said that. Like, you didn't read it.
Oh, the worst possible vibes.
It is accurate.
Yeah. Is currently sitting on the seat of Kyoji's bicycle, using it as a makeshift chair. Just now, he mentioned Kazuyagi, which definitely meant he was talking about Akane. What do I do now? Leaving his bike here and going home isn't an option, but he can hardly barge his way into their group either. And besides...
Let's just say there aren't any good rumors about him and his gang. I just hope they don't try and mess with you.
Shinto was right. They definitely have an air about them that makes Kyoji want to stay away. If he were to step out and ask for his bike, would they really listen to him? Nah, if anything, they'll just pick a fight. It's only his first day in school, so he doesn't want to get into trouble. He can just wait this out and come back later. Sadashima and his friends keep laughing vulgarly the whole time for some reason. It doesn't seem like they've noticed Kyoji. Kyoji turns around and makes to leave when one of Sadashima's lackeys speaks up.
By the way, Sadashima-san, about the new kid, you're kind of annoying.
Kyoji stops in his tracks.
I asked some of the guys from Kurihito East. Seems like nothing happened between him and Kazuyagi. Or something happened.
I heard something happened. Something? Like what?
I heard they did the bow chicka wow wow.
What? I wanted to do that.
You still can, boss.
You know I can't do that now. Oh man.
You're right. Women are only worth anything if you're untouched.
I'm a misogynist after all.
We're such a misogynist.
Used goods? No, thank you. God. You said a funny line first. I was just trying to follow you up.
Clear audience.
We don't believe this. We just know that that's what these characters are thinking.
Unless you're a man. That's a joke.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Sadashima leans forward.
I asked for details, but they say they boned or something.
What? The guy has the look of some comic book villain's lackey. Following that, another guy, who looks even more like a villain's underling, pipes up.
Wait, they boned? You mean Cardi Foggy isn't a virgin?
No, say it ain't so!
What? Seriously?
Uh-oh.
And the new kid is the one who did her.
Their loud, curious voices echo especially loudly against the school's wall. Kyoji clenches his fist. It feels like his body heat spiked up all at once. Sadashima grimaces visibly. You mean the new kid fucked Kazuyagi before I did? Yeah, that definitely ticks me off. I knew this is where we knew that this is what was gonna happen.
Oh my god, it is!
Oh my god! I called it! I called it!
Jesus Christ!
It's such a stereotype, oh my god.
Oh my god!
If I hook up with Kazuyagi, that'd mean I'd fucked his used goods! Like hell am I!
Kill him!
When Kyoji steps out, I think Kyoji's gonna get his ass kicked.
Probably. Dude, it's like a 4-on-1.
You leave her name out of your fucking mouth!
You keep my wife's name out your goddamn mouth.
When Kyoji steps out of the bushes, Sadashima and his gang all turn to look at him at the same time. I hope these guys get thrown into the Gore Screaming Show.
Gore, can you do something about this?
Please, Gore. I know you're kidnapping women, but come on, be an ally. Be a feminist, dude. Kill these guys, not the women. Not the two adult women.
These guys are gonna kill the women you want to kill, so you gotta kill them first, or they don't kill your women.
Exactly. Come on, Gore. It's just good business. It's just good business. None of them suspected that someone might have been there. Kyoji looks around as they stare at him with dumb, slack-jawed expressions before he says, "You're all losers." Sadashima is the first to react. He hops off of Kyoji's bicycle, which he'd been sitting on crudely up until now. What did you just say to me? What, you deaf? Or too fucking stupid to understand what I'm saying? You're all losers. A bunch of douchebags is what you are. Sadashima goes red in the face. Kyoji sneers at him. Just don't make me say it over and over again. I bet you hear it all the time as it is. Really? Sadashima slowly walks up to Kyoji, stopping a meter away from him. Seeing Sadashima up close like this really drives home how tall he is. Even though Kyoji's generally considered tall for his age, Sadashima has a few centimeters on him. Looks like my legs are longer, though. After noting that oddly specific fact, Kyoji sneers at him again. The other boys follow Sadashima, moving in to surround Kyoji. Maybe it's because he's been in such a crappy mood all day, but this doesn't scare Kyoji. If anything, it excites him. Sadashima raises his shoulders in a swagger, and then stuffs his hands in his pockets. Well, since you want to pick a fight that much, I'm sure you're not expecting us to let you go home whole, do ya? There's 5 guys here, Sadashima included. If they surround Kyoji, he'll be pretty much helpless.
Helpless.
These guys are clearly sure they can't lose this fight either. Their expressions are all brimming with confidence. That much is obvious from the relaxed, leisurely way they move. If they gain up on me, I lose. So that means... Kyoji glares directly at Sadashima. What? Sadashima, probably feeling something ominous from the look Kyoji gives him, furrows his brows suspiciously. Sorry, buddy, but I can't walk away from this one with a loss. Huh? The hell are you saying? So I figure I should at least kick the shit out of the boss. Kyoji steps forward and slams his clenched fist into Sadashima's surprised face. After landing that first punch between Sadashima's eyes, Kyoji pulls back, only to immediately sock him right in the stomach. Sadashima was clearly unprepared for an actual brawl, because Kyoji's fist sinks into him with surprising ease. Sadashima sags forward, his hands still in his pockets. Kyoji gives him a kick in the shins, causing him to sink to the ground in a strange, almost comical pose. Yay! And then that's how the fight ended. Kyoji definitely didn't get jumped by the other 4 guys. Ow! Ouch! Ow! He broke my nose! Sadashima rolls on the ground in pain, grabbing his face. Blood dripping from his nose spills between his fingers. That's what you get for acting tough, you asshole! Caught in the heat of the moment, Kyoji rears back to kick Sadashima in the stomach. Oh, that was one of the goons.
You fucked.
But at this point, Sadashima's lackeys, who until now were only staring in shocked amazement, finally spring into action. One of them reaches for Kyoji from behind, trying to twist his arm, but Kyoji twists in the opposite direction and shakes him off. Having freed himself, he continues to turn towards Sadashima. This time, he lands that kick into Sadashima's stomach successfully. Yeah! He wildly shakes off the guys trying to pull him away, continuing to blindly rain kicks on the other boy. This is what I should have done 3 years ago! Ouch!
Yeah, you should have.
Stop! I'm taking out this pent-up aggression on you!
Mommy. What's the problem? This guy's fucking fucking.
Kyoji feels a blow on the back of his head. Damn it. They manage to grab his arms for a moment, but then he shakes them off again and continue wailing on Sadashima. Kill him! Kill him! He'll keep beating up this guy as hard as he can until he goes down. That's the only way Kyoji can come out of this situation with a win. As long as he can still stand, he'll beat Sadashima up. That's all he can think about.
Weren't they boned? You mean Kazuyoki isn't a virgin?
And the new kid is the one that did her?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I hook up with Kazuyoki, and I fucked his used goods. Like hell am I? Kyoji's stomach churns with anger. There are punches raining down on him from every which way, but he doesn't spare them a moment of thought. He just keeps stomping and kicking, but when he slips over Sadashima's uniform, he realizes his legs can't support his weight anymore. His head suddenly feels heavier than it should be. Something hit the back of his head. Am I dead already? He thinks...
You died 2 seconds in.
He thinks he can hear the loud sound of metal hitting against something. Showers of sparks field his vision. They pin his arms again, and this time he can't shake them off. His vision blurred, he tries to kick in their direction, but his kicks only cut through air. He rolls on the moist ground behind the school. Kicks from every direction jolt his body. He can't even feel any pain. His vision is dyed red with pure anger. They were spreading these kinds of rumors behind her back, and it's all his fault? That thought makes anger surge endlessly through him.
Oh crap!
One of the guys kicking Kyoji lets out a feeble exclamation. The abuse suddenly stops.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Sensei, they're over here! Hurry!
Hyoji cracks open his eyes. He can see Sadashima beside him, still hunched over with blood running from his nose. He doesn't look that injured, but his expression is full of pain as he moans and complains the whole time. I won. A smile plays over Kyoji's lips. Oh, I guess I didn't die.
Just stopped.
Yeah. Well, didn't get killed, at least.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I like this way more than the other one. It's got a hook already.
Because like this one, it's like stuff's actually happening, and they're not just yapping about nothing. For 20
Yeah,
years.
yeah. It's like games feel like they have to we have to set the tone of normal. Then when it gets weird, it's weird. But it's like I hate slow burn starts. Just get into it.
Yeah, because it's like you can do that a lot more effectively.
Yeah, it's like have some stuff happen. Like you can do the slow burn, but still have some things happening. So this, it's like creepy opening, which I guess apparently is in the Steam version. Then we did run somebody over. Then
You ran over a little girl.
then we got to class. We got to choose who to talk to, which is now put us on this Akane path. And yeah, we beat a guy up. And yeah, much more eventful. So, I definitely want to play more of this as soon as we get more time to do so.
Good game choice, me.
Good job, you. Yay.
Yay!
I'm going to have to look back, though, and see if I have to cut that 1 second out of the video. Like, if it showed anything.
Yeah, you'll probably just have to, like, censor it a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, oh, boy. But, alright, audience. We are at the beginning of the Akane route, and based on how much we're enjoying this, I'm assuming we'll probably do the other 2 routes one day too. But I assume this will take a while. I don't know
There's actually 5.
2 secret ones?
Yeah, 2. You have to do the first 3, and then you can unlock them.
Oh my god. Well, seems like we'll be playing and fan dubbing this one for a while, audience. So look forward to more. And until
Next
then,
time. So long.
farewell.